She didn't say anything. I didn't hear recording. Lady.
I haven't started yet. Hang on.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was making sure that was up.
Oh, I haven't done my video yet. God damn it.
Yeah, I gotta do that too. All right, I gotta pee really quick. Hey, did you know that this meeting is being recorded?
I gotta leave this meeting.
I don't want any jerkings to appear on the corporate record.
Nope.
Oh, that's you. Hang on, let me see if I can fix that.
Man, I wish I saw this shit earlier. There's some pretty badass Star Wars shirts there.
Why?
StarWars.com has like a list of discounted merch right now.
It's fucking Cyber Monday, dude. Yeah. Yeah, bro.
But one of their pictures, I'll just wait. These are pretty cool.
Well, let's not promote other people on Cyber Monday.
Promote it.
Cyber Monday special. You can listen to this we'll pay you to listen to this podcast. Okay. I think I got everything.
Well,
You ready? You ready?
Yes.
Oh, just making sure.
Okay, kids, let's go.
Let's go.
I'm going.
Got places to be.
We're doing it.
Have you felt
Get it done.
Spatula City.
here.
You guys are so funny.
Hello.
Holy shit. It ain't C3 penis face and R2 dickhead.
Dickhead.
Hello there.
Creatures of the Black Lagoon.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Hey guys,
What's up, dudes?
what's going on? What's going on?
What's up, bros?
It's me
How we feeling?
on this Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
We're in the end of November already. Good day, Galaxy. Yeah.
We're dads
And,
now. We're going to talk about how late in the year it is and how old it is and how dark it got at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's the main points of conversation nowadays, you know?
I hear you. I hear you. So what's
Has your
going
body
on?
adjusted to the daylight savings time yet?
Honestly, I don't know what the fuck's going on. My body tries to go into hibernation. I just get tired.
Do you have hibernation sickness?
I do. It's weird. I mean, honestly, it's like a light switch. Just all of a sudden, I'll just be able to sleep 10 hours a day, and it's crazy because I never do the rest of the year. So it's really weird for me right now.
I think it's that there evolution kicking in.
That there aging process. I do must
No,
say.
not aging. Talking the sun goes down, it's time to go to sleep, man, no matter what time it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's daunting. It is.
We'll get ready. You got, 60 more years of it.
Is that? Got a long way of it. How old am I going to be?
Do you ever feel, well, you're probably going to be like 90. Plus, like, right now, people die around like 80 or 90, right? But they're going to have so many more inventions by that time. There's going to be so many medical advancements. You're going to live until you're like 120.
It's true. So the podcast will be, let's see.
100
back
years
in my
old.
day.
Back in my day. God damn, we had to do this shit on Zoom.
Yeah. We
Now
had to
we're
do
all
it
holograms.
All holograms. I've just been downloaded to some multi-terabyte cloud thing. Just got a name, and it's gonna have my thoughts in there downloaded.
You think in the future, instead of listening to the pod, people can just download your consciousness for like a couple hours and just talk to you?
Dude, holocrons are going to be a thing. You'll be able to download someone's subconscious, and you'll be able to ask them questions. What was it
Yeah.
like?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm buying stock into holograms right now.
Are they called wayfinders now, though? Is that only if there's a
Are
map
they?
included, or are they just always
Exactly.
called wayfinders? You have to find your way through your own consciousness.
It's a map of thoughts, isn't it?
Well, that'll be fun, Yeah, we should get stocked up in, what's Elon Musk's thing? He's got something where you plug your brain into a computer. I can't remember what it's called.
I haven't found my port yet, but I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't have the right adapter. I can't get plugged into that one. We'll stay posted on it, though.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been a ton of Star Wars news. I know we had a big episode last time we recorded, so we'll probably be hitting up some gaming news. I know, Commander, you jumped into the new Skyrim a little bit.
Oh, have I jumped in?
A lot of it. Here we go.
Oh, have I jumped in? Yeah, I would
That's
love
good.
to talk about that today.
That's good. I had my reservations. Not that I have even tried to play it, but I had my ideas that you were gonna be like, it's Skyrim still wasn't really worth the update. It's still Skyrim, still one of the greatest games of all time, but
Oh, it is.
it's still.
I didn't mention last week, actually, that I did finally bite the bullet and upgraded to the Xbox One S.
Oh yeah.
And I got that right around the same time as I updated. So with a game like Skyrim, I didn't think there would be that much of a difference. I was like, I don't have a 4K TV, and Skyrim is already, it's running okay. I didn't think getting the One S would make a 10-year-old game look that much better, but it does.
Oh, it's frame rates and
It really does.
the lighting and the load times. Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess I wasn't paying attention to the frame rate. thing. I've never really played in 60 FPS,
Well,
so I never really knew.
You don't know the difference.
Yeah.
Skyrim, this is how Skyrim looks. And then when you get the new one, you're like, oh, I didn't know it could look like this.
Exactly. So it's nothing like revolutionary, but to me, who's been playing the same version for 9 years, like
Yeah,
it
it's
looks
smooth.
markedly improved. So yeah, it was fun. But it's running on the 1S, and like you said a couple weeks ago, the loading time is just insane. It pretty much doesn't load. It pretty much is, everything's just active at all times. You know, even starting the game from scratch is like, 15 seconds. So
Yeah, the game loading times. Yeah, I didn't even think about. I just assumed like jumping map, fast traveling. It's
all
just like
of the
instant.
above.
But like actually booting up a game, it's like, Skyrim's here. You're like,
Right.
oh shit, I was getting up to get a drink. What the fuck?
exactly.
I'm already fighting giants. What the hell?
Yeah, and I think the only so I think the only discs that I still have are KOTOR, basically all the old Xbox stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a couple that I haven't purchased on the Xbox store, so I have to stick the game in there in order for it to load. So I imagine if I decide to play KOTOR again, I'm probably just gonna spend $10 and buy it so I can play it on the 1S.
That's what I did. Yeah,
I mean,
it's
like,
it's hard to pass up.
Yeah, I mean it deserves my $10. Honestly.
Yeah, again.
As much as I've played that. I mean, if I'll spend $120 on Skyrim over the past 10 years, I should spend more than, $30 on KOTOR.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree. I mean, I bought the app. I bought the goddamn real
that's
life
right.
game. I'm Revin.
the real life game, Sims 4, I am Revin. I saw someone post, so I know it got ported to the Switch finally, KOTOR did. But I saw, I think it was Shinobi in the chat, like posted there was like a whole collector's edition, like a whole bunch of extra shit. And I was like, I didn't think the Switch port was that big of a deal that they would have like, what are you so surprised about right there? You look
What?
shocked.
I'm off in my own little galaxy over
I know.
here.
What kind of condensed water did you open? What are you?
I bought
shrieking about? Your camera's doing a great
I know.
job
I'm
right
trying
now.
to get it. It's a tea.
Nice.
I'm sorry. But it's a tea.
I just see
but you can
Vader's
see right
junk
here.
right now.
Right here. See this?
I don't.
Citra hops.
Oh, yeah, the word. Sorry. I thought you were pointing to the background.
Citra hops, but it's in a
Yes.
tea, so it's obviously non-alcoholic,
cool.
but it smells legit like an IPA.
Nice. Is it good?
Well, I have never tried rolling the dice, man. That's all I fucking do, bro.
We're doing
No, I don't.
tea reviews now on the Rogue Squadron. Yeah.
Right where I wanted you guys during the tea reviews. No, this is like, it's like surprising. I'm having fucking flashbacks right now. It's
In a
out of
good way or
Boulder,
a bad way?
Colorado. Oh, every way.
Every which
it's
way.
it's called Sparkling Hop Tea
Cool.
by Hop Lark. Yeah, but I'm telling you, it smells so good. It smells like a beer.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Whoa, it does not taste like a beer.
Nope. That's kind of what I expected.
It's honest. It's pretty close though. It's I guess there's different hop levels. So they've got a chart here. Starting at the lowest hop rating, it's wee bit. So just kind of a little bit, and then it goes up to kinda, quite, really, and then this one's ranked as whoa. So this is like the highest hop rating of. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, guys. We're gonna get to get
Hops.
Star Wars here.
More ops.
So, but yeah, anyways.
So you roll those dice on the tees.
Furthermore,
Wherefore? So you have not booted up the Skyrim Anniversary Edition yet, is that correct?
I booted it up. I loaded an existing character just to see like what it looked like walking around, and that's my extent of it. It looked, it didn't look marred. It looked a little better. I would say like the snow was like, oh, the snow looks more vibrant. I was running around like Dawnstar or something up there, but
Yeah.
I didn't get enough to even like give it a true judgment, you know. I just turned it on and I was just looking for immediate stuff, and I was like, the snow looks a little different, but I don't have like A and B to compare to, you know. The hops are kicking in.
God damn it. I need a burp filter on this soundboard here.
Is that?
I need it to happen.
But
Are
you know what's funny is
Go ahead.
You know what's funny is I was just talking about how bad Skyrim's loading is. Regardless, like it's fast loading now with the S and everything, but like the map, there's still like you can see edges of the map, and while you're running, it's like loading it. I mean, I can compare that to something. Far Cry is ridiculous, fucking ridiculous. You could be miles away from like a lighthouse, and it's still there. It's still way the fuck in the distance. You could jump onto the goddamn ski-doo and, take a 10-minute hike to the whatever you see in the distance. It's all I'm saying is it's quite a spectacle for how I'll say it's above average of a game. It's not great, but it's like, yeah, this is really good.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's a fucking beautiful game. The Far Cry's have always done really well, but that was the one thing I was saying today. I booted it up during lunch, and I was like, my God, it just loads everything. It's just like a complete map while you're playing, and nothing's glitching or flipping in and out. Whatever. I'm done with that.
No, it's cool, man. I've always thought that about Dark Souls too. Dark Souls is one of those. It's just like the whole map is there. It's all connected, different avenues and shit. And the only time it really loads is like when you go to open the boss door. Like the boss, it makes the opening of the door animation like dramatic. Like it takes you like 10 seconds to open it. And that's when it like loads other certain things in the map. But otherwise, like it's all there. You can see parts of the map that you can't even get to yet out in the distance.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
always thought that was fucking cool. So you're still combing through Far Cry then?
It's such a big game, yeah. And I'm Far Cry's one of those that I love to be the checklist guy where there's so much to do and so much to find, so much to explore. I love, like for example, there's like roadblocks or checkpoints per se that the enemy controls, and I like to go through and take over or capture every single one of the checkpoints because it makes it easier for the rest of the game. And then there's military points that you take over, so I do all of those. And then there's hidden boxes which give you hidden gear and stuff. I like doing all those, and you talk to all the people along the way, and it gives you even more. And the only thing I haven't done is they always build in races, which is fun, but I haven't done the races yet on this game yet. But it could be anything from a 4-wheeler race to a boat race to an airplane to a helicopter. It'll just have it'll be going to like a game mode, and you'll have like rings you have to fly through. But it's pretty ridiculous. But
nice. Yeah. In comparison to the past few that you played, is it good?
Absolutely. I just think the previous 2 story is, I wouldn't even say better. It's just more in depth. 5 is like, so 4 is like a revolution in Central Asia. So you're taking over. You're in like the hills, and you run through like even like rice paddies. So it's very like intrusive. I mean, you're in that area. This one is like Cuban Revolution. So you have a tyrant dictator. He has a 13-year-old son. You get involved with they're called Libertads, which is they're basically the terrorist group, more or less, but they're fighting against the terror or the tyrant. But yeah, they're all very, very similar in gameplay. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
I mean, they all have like staple things that it's like, okay, every game has this. They all have vehicles. They all have helicopters and planes. There's always animals that fuck with you, which is actually kind of the quirky thing about Far Cry. You'll be walking along, and then you'll just get snatched up by a fucking alligator, and you have to punch your way out, and it's ridiculous. I know in Far Cry 4, it was like rhinos and hippos. As soon as you see one, you fucking run for the hills, because they'll run your car over and kill you in your car. Like, it's fucking scary.
Well, dude, that's like getting out of, what's the initial area in Skyrim? I just fucking played it. Helgen. It's like getting out of Helgen, and then a fucking saber cat rolls up to you. It's like, dude, level 2, you can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
You better reload your save and just go a different route and like hope it doesn't find you.
Yeah. Or you've come across a giant or anything that attacks you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're stuck. And then a couple levels later, you're like, oh, okay, I'm a god.
One of the quirkiest parts of the animal ones is in Far Cry 4, you get attacked by birds, and it's fucking constant. You'd be in the middle of a gunfight against a tank or some shit, and then you're just like, fuck, there's a hawk at your eyeballs.
That sounds so
dude,
annoying.
It is, but it's hilarious all at the same time. Like, you're fighting this revolution, and then a goddamn vulture's trying to eat your eyes.
I feel like that would drive me fucking nuts, dude.
It was like, in the moment, I'm like, I'm trying not to die, and I'm fucking fighting wildlife over here.
Fighting wildlife is always a pain in the ass.
It is. I don't like doing it.
No, it's no good. Oh man. So how far are you into the game? Are you like,
I have no idea. I really have no idea.
I don't know if you're going to spend like another month with it or like another couple days.
I have a feeling maybe another week or so. I mean, the maps are huge. I was just praising it, but they do section the maps off. So what I'm doing is Libertad is like the main, obviously, liberation guerrillas. But there's other small factions that I have to basically help them out so they can join our cause. So there's sections of the map that are broken off into like basically families or other factions that I have to help out. And a lot of them don't even like Libertad. They're like, fuck you guys. So you have to go out of your way to help them out. But that's how you kind of unlock the different sections of the map is you go and help them out, and then they'll join your team, and then it'll open up a bunch of other shit. But yeah.
Nice.
Long story short, the whole map is unlocked for me. I'm just kind of, like I said, checking off the small shit.
Being the checklist guy.
I'm checking
Checking it off, man.
Oh yeah. It's pretty cool, man. I mean, it's like down to like military stuff. Like you can't fly a helicopter in certain areas until you take out the anti-aircraft guns, and you don't know what the anti-aircraft guns are until you talk to someone or, find a note from. Like you could be just like in an enemy compound, and you'll find build sheet for an anti-aircraft gun, and it'll say like plans for this area, and then it'll show up on your map. But like it's a very stringy game. It'll string you along like that. You'll do one thing, and it'll be like, by the way, bitch, got some shit over here.
That's good. I mean, they have to. Like if it's open world, they have to do those kind of things in order to make sure you don't like get to every single aspect of the map like, right away. So.
It is. I will say this one's a little better in killing people off. It's pretty intense that way because you get attached to. There's some serious characters. There's some really cool people they create for these games, and they created a couple of them. And there was a big party, and then the party gets broken up like mid fucking bar chug, and two of the main characters die, and it's like fuck. This is.
That's not a point in time I ever thought of before. Mid chug.
Mid chug. Oh shit! War.
Fight breaks out mid chug. Like oh god. That's good, man.
No, it's cool. I like it. Those games are great. I recommend anybody. First person shooters. The shitty thing is they took out the leveling up aspects in this one. It doesn't really matter.
Oh really?
Yeah. There's no point. So.
There's no point. Life is pointless.
That's where I've gotten.
I'm just playing it to see people die. That's it.
Yeah,
that's a bummer. The RPG thing is like the most fun part about those kind of games, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, there are. See, there's upgrades, but it's not RPG. It's not like a personal thing. You upgrade your gun with certain things. You can unlock different scopes. I mean, it's very Battlefield-esque in the weapons arena. Yeah. You can update your tanks. You can update all that shit. And in this one, they added kind of a special thing. It's called a Supremo, and it's like a backpack, but you can have different Supremos that do different things, and it's almost like a bonus thing. Like one of them, if you get killed, you can pull the Supremo and it'll revive you. Okay. But it's a very long recharge, so Or the other one, it's like a Boba Fett thing where they'll shoot rockets out and it'll kill the closest enemy. So
that sounds pretty savage.
So there's a lot of but there's little tweaks. You can change your ammo, if you want to shred people up or you need an anti-tank shit. It gets very in-depth that way, but your personal character is pretty much the same guy the whole time. So
that's interesting. Interesting, man. So when you do restart Skyrim and play the anniversary, you think you're going to start from scratch? You're going to pick up one of your old characters?
I'll start from scratch because I always like to play through the whole thing. If it's new,
What are you going to be? What are you going to be? Gotta do something different.
See, I've done it all. I've really. I'm not sure there's anything I haven't done. I mean, I'm not sure. I really haven't put. You know what I haven't done in a long time is just two-handed. I haven't done a two-handed in a long time. Which,
Yeah.
there's reasons for that, because it's you just swinging away. It kind of gets boring after a while, and you get so powerful, especially if you're heavy armor. You just fucking swing away and just bash things to oblivion.
Oh.
See what happens. See what happens. But yeah, I mean, I'm always I love sneaking and heavy archery. It's fun.
Always.
Picking people
Right?
off, and then you can be, maybe I'll do heavy archery and heavy magic. Be fun.
Yeah. Doesn't every character kind of devolve into just like sneaking and archery?
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what you
Always.
are, sneaking's so powerful. You can get right next to the fuckers, and then you
Yeah.
can stab them with your dagger for 16 times damage. Like, oh, fuck that, dude.
Yeah, so I went the other way this time. I was like, I don't want to do archery or sneak or pretty much any magic at all because I always do that.
Yeah.
I was like, I had kind of forced myself to go a totally different route. So I made a red guard, and the focus is like one-handed block, and then like fringe stuff like alchemy and smithing and those kind of usual things.
But you can do all that and still do archery and still do magic.
I can, but I always end up doing like, no matter
All
how I
archery,
start,
yeah.
if archery's in the mix, I always end up doing sneak, archery, and like illusion or something like that. So I was like, I want to, force myself to go a different way. I ended up throwing in conjuration because I was like, if I'm not doing archery, I'm at long range, I'm going to get fucked up before I even like arrive in front of like bandits and whatever. So I did conjuration just so I could have like some backup. That's the only magic I have. I guess alchemy is technically like a magic skill.
And healing. I'm sure you'll do that.
Nope. Potions only.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, I'm doing alchemy.
See, I went pretty deep one character won the alchemy, and I was just like, I just feel like it's not worth it. Like some of these potions are fairly strong, but they get into the point where you have negative effects until you're like maxed out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't want to die.
I don't want to die either. That's like, the whole point of the game.
What?
Well, it's like, oh yeah, this will give you 100 more strength, but you die. You're like, fuck, I don't want to take this. This sucks.
Yeah, there's definitely a hump to get over, but once you do, it's like, yeah. Like, I guess levels, like for me, levels 10 through 20 were like a real struggle. But,
yeah, well, that's
you know.
almost for everybody, especially if you're doing like light armor or the other one that I really struggled with was no armor mage.
Yeah.
And you use the mage armors, and it's like that doesn't. You're still pretty fucking weak, bro.
Yeah. Here's the one thing that I will say, like I've been a mage probably more than any other type of character before, but you have to use so many different spells. I find myself pausing like every couple seconds. I'm like, I got to cast this spell, pause, switch to alteration, cast that, switch to destruction, cast that.
It's not smooth.
I feel like I'm in the fucking menu like every other second. So this one, at least I cast one thing, get my shield back, and then I'm actually like in combat for a while.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot more fun. And then I've never done I've done some of the companions quests, but I never did the werewolf like all out. So I decided
really?
to go all out on the werewolf now. So that's basically, I consider that one of my skills. So once a day I turn into a werewolf, fuck everybody up. And the skill tree that they added, now that you're with a werewolf or a vampire, you can upgrade your skill tree.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like a unique skill tree for werewolves and vampires. So when you're in werewolf form, you hit the menu and there's a whole new set of like perks that you can upgrade while
that's
you're a
cool.
werewolf. So I've been fucking around with that.
Yeah. All right, we'll get into some Star Wars for you, baby.
I don't think I like Star Wars anymore, dude. What's up?
I don't know. Losing my mind.
I was gonna say, you keep glancing around there in your camera. I feel like you're getting invaded by ghosts.
You know what I think it is the music is popping a little bit, and it sounds foreign.
Oh, I turned it off. Is that better or worse?
It's worse. Okay, Star Wars for your ass. Did you see the newer Boba Fett trailer?
Yeah. I hope they pump out a couple of those little teaser clips.
You saw the newest one?
Yeah.
There's 2 trailers now. Yeah, dude. So fucking hyped. It's really building. That's what these trailers work. I don't know what the fuck Disney is trying to do, but trailers work in getting the people hyped. The first trailer, I believe, was called The Message, where Boba Fett kind of talks about he was left for dead in the sands of Tatooine. Did you see that picture?
I didn't see that one.
Well, I told you there was 2 of them. How
Well,
many
I thought
did
you
you
meant
see?
I thought you meant like the regular trailer and then this new one.
Oh, there's 2 trailers or 2 teasers or whatever the fuck they're considered.
Well,
One
they've
of them's
been
called The
doing
Message
this
and
a
one of them's
lot
called
lately.
One of them's called The Message and one of them's called Rain. But yeah, so The Message starts off. You see Boba Fett in like a bacta tank, and he's like clothesless from
Nope,
like the
I did
chest
not
up.
see that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Fuck. All right, hang on a second.
But yeah, Boba Fett says he was left for dead on the sands of Tatooine, and you're like, fuck, are we gonna actually get a glimpse into who saved him and how that went? And it looked like he had to recapture Slave 1, and there was an Ithorian that where Jabba sat at one point, possibly. So I don't know if people were. I know in one of the trailers we saw an Ithorian like on a throne of some type, but the time I saw it this way, I thought he was sitting like in Jabba's palace on that throne, and I was like, "Fuck, does he kills Bib, but maybe this dude kind of took over." I don't know.
I think it's a different place.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting the sense that he's gonna reclaim his power, and then he's gonna start going around to all the other criminal gangs and trying to change shit like one at a time. So I picture the Ithorian as like a different planet. He's running some different game.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
But no, I did not see that new one. So I just pulled it up. I watched it in the background.
Well, the one has no spoken words until the very end. It's just like a bunch of action and shit, and then he just at the end he says, "I am Boba Fett."
Yeah.
This one, yeah. So the message must be the newer one, but yeah.
I hope we get that flashback. I hope it opens up with just like a flashback sequence, so we can see how he gets out of that situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to. I'm pretty hyped, and to be honest, I saw some 2 poster pictures of him and Fennec, and all it really was. I'm not gonna even dance around it. It was just them like standing in front of fucking sand. But you know what? It was like
that's usually all that happens on Tatooine.
That is Star Wars. I'm kind of hyped, man. It's weird that I for how much I complain about being on Tatooine, it's weird how little I actually know about Tatooine. And most of what I know about Tatooine is from the prequels. Like, you get a little bit of insight on their society and slavery and how that all works together, and the local pilots come in and, you know, whatever, do their deeds.
Yeah.
But
tell me about the
even
deeds,
with
Mopar.
even with the
deeds.
Mandalorian, even with the Mandalorian stuff, we kind of like we're back there and they fight a crate dragon, and then you leave and you're like, I didn't really learn anything about Tatooine. I'd like to know more of the ongoings in Tatooine. So yeah, I mean, just the society alone, like I said, everything I know is kind of more wrapped around pod racing and slavery, but I'd like to see how Jabba had his fingers in everything and how that all works. So, and how it ties into the bounty hunters. Like, how is it? First of all, how does it work now, and how will it work under Boba Fett? I want to see the transition. I want to see. There's so many opportunities. I've said this before. I would love to have a Star Wars film on one planet and focus in. There's so many. Think of everything ever created. It all happens on Earth. Think of how many stories we've created that happen on Earth. And there's so many good ones and so many bad ones. Let's do the same fucking thing and just pick a planet. Tatooine's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
I would love. I know I've hinted at this many episodes ago, but I would love if they somehow. Well, I guess timeline wouldn't work, but what I'm trying to say is, if Tatooine was not a sand planet the entire time, like if it did have a
like
water
history.
source at some point, yeah. But I mean, we're talking probably hundreds of millions of years, so that wouldn't even make fucking sense. So,
you'd be surprised.
a couple, maybe the Force created twin suns.
I think Egypt had rainfall like 9,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago. So it might
Yeah,
not be
is-
that long. And 10,000 years in Star Wars universe is like last week, you know?
Yeah.
Is that how time works? Did I get
Yeah,
my
well-
calendar calculation correct? I don't know.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the Book of Boba Fett, I also want to know what the fuck Book of Boba Fett is. It's weird that they would name it
Yeah.
that. It's a
really
weird title.
Like he's leaving a legacy, like has a little journal. He's going to write in, he's going to release like his novel when he's done.
Ooh, let's theorize. What if the Book of Boba Fett is the guidelines of the new Bounty Hunters
Mandalorians.
Guild?
Oh, okay.
Is that in... you can't do that. Is that in the book? The book of what, bitch? Boba Fett,
The Book of
motherfucker.
Boba Fett, motherfucker. He
Kabam,
revolutionized
kabloo.
this. Get out
You
of here.
got done. That's
You
what
don't
you
follow
get.
the book, you get erased. God damn it.
Chapter 1. Get fucked, bro. That's what it is.
He's gonna. I'm predicting some serious. I mean, he already had some aggression towards Bo-Katan and the other Mandalorians, but I am envisioning a big struggle between like him wanting to be part of the Mandalorian culture, but also wanting to revolutionize the bounty hunters and the crime guilds, crime syndicates, and then being like, "You're making it seem like Mandalorians are just thugs, and we're more than that." I envision some conflict there.
Well, no, it's a valid point. Now, that's what I was going to bring up also is Boba Fett's identity. He identifies with so much. I mean, he essentially is a clone. So there's a 100 million brothers. He identifies with Mandalorians. There's a whole culture. He identifies with bounty hunters. There's a whole culture there. You're like, this overlaps so much that you're going to have to pick sides at some point, and I feel like that's what they're going to try to do, especially with dun dun dun. Maybe Omega's a part of this, who has hard ties to clones.
I think so.
So, you know, if they cross paths, I mean, he might choose the clones. Well, at this point, there are no clones left, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I believe we did make that prediction at the end of Bad Batch when we reviewed that. We were going to say that Omega is potentials to show up in Book of Boba Fett live action.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good segue. I mean, the fuck else do you want? Omega, take it or leave it. I mean, she was a cartoon character, so that's not only a cartoon character, but she was a child in a cartoon character.
Right.
Or in a cartoon, I'm sorry. So, you know, I mean, her a grown up nobody per se, but also is a fucking savage all at the same time.
It's a really interesting choice, and when I realized who she was in the Bad Batch, I was surprised that they went there. It's basically like the flip side of Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's you know, obviously in Legends he has a daughter, and I think they were trying to play this out a little smoother. Cause I don't know how to say that, but maybe they're thinking if he has a daughter, he'd have to live to be like 90, whereas if his relationship was with a sister instead of a daughter, maybe it would be a little more smoother of a, you know, relationship or whatever.
Yeah, because when that storyline does pop up in Legacy of the Force, he is like on the verge of death.
Yeah, why would I want that? Boba Fett.
I mean, it is cool. He's tracking down the clones and trying to get them to do a. You know how you did the quick aging with all my million brothers? Do the opposite with me and revive me.
Yeah,
Benjamin Button cure now, please.
it's almost, man. What if?
What if what? Let's predict the whole thing.
No,
and let's get
that's what
some
I'm saying.
royalties from Disney.
If you did some like reverse cloning, like the aging process bit of it.
Well,
Like,
he
you can
doesn't.
speed it up, obviously. Let's do the opposite and slow it the fuck down.
True. Well, he's not. He doesn't have the speed alteration though, right? So he's good.
Right. Right. But if there's a way, there's always a way.
One scene I would really enjoy in this series is for him to confront and have a conversation with a clone. I want him to see himself 20 years later, because the clones are going to be, you know, however much older because of their rapid aging. I just want him to, look face to face to a clone and have a conversation with them. I'm so curious as to how he would react about that.
Yeah.
If he's going to be like brotherly with them, or if he's going to be like, you guys are all fucking poor imitations of my dad.
Well, you know what's fucked is as soon as he comes across one, he's going to be like, Dad? Because they're probably going to be that much older than him with the advanced aging. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere.
That's pretty emotionally fucked.
Yeah, come across someone that literally, it not only looks like your dad, it literally is your dad.
From a certain point of view.
I mean, it is.
I'd be curious timeline-wise when they fucking initiated the embryo for Boba Fett. Was he first as far as the payment? Or was it like, let's make a couple 100,000 first, and then we'll make your clone to give you payment for being the donor?
I don't know.
So is he older than all the clones, or are all the clones older than him?
Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Boba Fett.
Again, chance for Commander Cody to show up. So all about
Now
that.
the take this as you will.
I will take
I
it.
didn't know how many episodes there were going to be, but I heard.
Please don't say 6. I will revolt.
What if it's 7?
Ah.
I've heard seven episodes. So, like I said, this could be good or bad. We've complained about filler episodes.
True.
So if you just get to the fucking point and make these long episodes, 7 could be fucking perfect.
True.
Now, if you have 7 episodes and there's filler episodes, I am freaking and gonna burn something down.
I am innately conflicted between wanting to get to the point and wanting more content at the same time.
Well, there's a way to
It's
have
like-
both, and that's
Yeah.
what I feel like sometimes they don't play that game. At least Filoni. He just kind of dances around. He's like, well, we got to go A to B, but what else can we do? Hey, you're like, dude, just go to fucking B, bro.
Just
Even
go
though
A
I
to
kind of like
Z.
this.
Just go A to Z
Yeah.
and give me all 26, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, I know Kenobi's
really,
going to be shorter, and I understand that because it's like a one-shot, I guess
what
that's
do you mean?
like Kenobi's only supposed to be 6 episodes.
Fuck.
But I guess I envision that as like basically just like a really long movie,
Yeah.
cut up into chapters. This, I guess I was assuming that Boba Fett could continue on in multiple seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. Does he die at the end? He should.
Why should he?
Because the only thing that's going to live on is his rule book. That's
It's going
the
to
name
take
of
a couple seasons for him to establish that, though, don't you think?
I mean, find an editor. Yeah, he's got to find. Yeah, there's a lot you got to go through.
Season 1 is going to be him staking his claim and making sure all the other crime syndicates know that he means business. That we got to get that by the end. Everyone's going to be like, okay, I respect you. We get it. We thought you were dead, and now you're here to fuck around. Season 2, I imagine they're going to get some sense of Thrawn. And he's going to be trying to prep. And then season 3, Thrawn's going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
That's my vote. Book of Boba Fett season 3 and Mando season 5. Thrawn.
Dude, Thrawn. Dude, we're going to get Ahsoka. Ahsoka's going to lead into Thrawn. We're going to see a live action Ezra, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Fuck.
possibly.
I mean, all the... Oh, no, it's not possible. I think they already have the actor. Yes, it's happening. We're getting
I
Thrawn.
don't know if that was confirmed.
I'm confirming it right now. Just letting you guys know. I
I
wrote it.
casted this actress. We're actor. We're here.
So Empire Magazine, I think, is supposed to be doing their bit on Boba with all the pictures and bullshit that they do. Take pictures. But I saw kind of a snippet, and one of the quotes was, it said, quote, reports of his death were greatly exaggerated. Star Wars iconic bounty hunter is back for good. And as the Book of Boba Fett is about to prove, there is a lot more to the burgeoning crime lord than his kick-ass armor.
Burgeoning crime lord.
Well, you know what words I never thought to be associated with Boba
Burgeoning.
Fett was Lord. Lord. But yeah, crime lord. it is one of those things. Like it feels like he got a promotion. Like you were a bounty hunter. Now you're running the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were such a good bounty hunter, people will most likely respect you / fear you, and you know how to fucking do it.
Yeah.
You've been there and done that. Like, who better to run a crime syndicate than Boba Fett?
I agree. And this whole thing about running it with respect is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, where's that line drawn? Do you
Whatever
respect
he fucking
fear?
decides.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Boba Fett makes the rules, man. The
Step
rules are in
one.
the book.
Where's my Rancor, bitch? I respect the hell out of Rancors.
He's going to be looking at Fennec like, what's bigger than a Rancor? Give me one of those. Give me a fucking pet Sarlacc. That's what I want.
I've heard Naboo's waters have some big gorillas in the waters.
Give me that goddamn Godzilla creature.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I feel like, with Solo, we saw more of the crime syndicates, I think, than we did in any other Star Wars film.
Yeah.
So I obviously love Solo, and I thought that crime syndicates as multiple entities were very interesting. So it'll be cool to see someone like Boba Fett kind of taking charge there.
That's it. What? It's not that hard, guys. The fucking movie's called Solo.
Yeah.
And we learn so much more than about Han Solo.
Right.
We learn about crime syndicates. We see, the beginning relationship between him and Chewie. We see, the inner workings of how this is all entwined. And the thing's called Solo.
Right.
Like, it's possible to do a lot with a little.
Exactly.
For how dumb that sounds. Like, they could have done nothing and just said, this is Han Solo. Watch him shoot some shit and have fun. No. Crime syndicate. This is how he's involved. Kind of sparking the rebellion, helping them out, getting involved with them. This is the shit I want to see. That's what they did well with that. And that's what I want to see with the Book of Boba Fett on the complete opposite end.
Right. So it's interesting that you said that because, with Solo, this is what we want to happen. The main storyline is about Han Solo, but there's so many fringe things that happen as a result of his plot. Mm-hmm. And then we get to hear more about them in comics and shows and whatever. With the sequel trilogy, I feel like they did the opposite. They were like, here's part of a storyline, and you don't get all of it. You have to get the rest from all of these like fringe areas.
Yeah.
I feel like they did it right with Solo, where it's like, here's the main guts of it, but there's so much extra here if you want to go in. And I feel like I just want them to do more and more of that. Like, yes, it's about Boba Fett, but like, here's a little side plot about the Mandalorian culture and they're retaking the planet. Here's a little side plot about Thrawn. Like, we need that. We need that.
Oh, look at my Mr. Maul's peeking through.
Oh, damn. Is that black and white?
It is, actually.
The shirt is?
The shirt is black and white.
I was going to say.
There's little bits of gold. So they're like her headdress is gold. His eyes are gold.
That's freaking me out.
Shirt.
I thought from when all I saw was the eyes, I thought it was Palpatine for a second.
It's Lord. It's Darth Maul.
It's the Darth.
Darth Maul's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's aight.
So I did hear some other sprinklings.
You think Kira's going to be in
No.
Boba Fett?
You asked me the question, I answered it. Done. What?
Are you sure you think Kira's going to be in are you sure Kira's going to be in Boba Fett?
I guarantee it. 100%.
What?
I hear from a comic book storyline that she takes over Crimson Dawn for real.
That's fine.
So Maul's dead somehow.
There might be a chapter in the Book of Boba Fett
Get it?
about how Kira...
Remember all the bad fan theories about when Book of Boba Fett was announced at the end of Mando, where it was like, all the Mando episodes are called chapters, and this show's called the Book of Boba Fett. So this is going to be season 3 of The Mandalorian. Nope, it's a separate show, motherfucker.
What if it is? What if they're like, everything else is canceled, bro?
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
So, going forward here, I did hear some sprinklings here. There is a new novel coming out. I don't know what timeline is for its release, but Star Wars Brotherhood. I don't know if we've talked about this.
I don't think so.
Anakin and Obi-Wan just before.
Oh, Yes, we have.
just before episode 2. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, we talked about a couple books 2-3 episodes ago, something like that.
Yeah. So because my memory's so bad, I didn't realize we talked about it. But
Well, we just kind of like
it's coming.
announced the announcement. We didn't go deep into it.
Yeah. There was an announcement that Ahsoka will begin filming next spring. So with a rough, and I guess they're supposed to be wrapping up about next fall. So I'm assuming like a rough release date of spring 2023.
That's interesting because I swear I saw, I could have sworn I saw people saying that it was going to release in 22.
No, they're filming.
Liars, dude.
What?
What? Fucking liars. What the hell, man? What? Stop lying to me about this. I want the show. Go ahead about Brotherhood.
That's it. Fuck it. Okay. Fuck the Brotherhood.
I mean, I'm interested, but am I?
No, honestly, I have a weird. I just don't know how to feel about Anakin and Obi-Wan's relationship. Like, there's obviously by episode 3, they're literally brothers, but in episode 1 they like despise each other. So what the fuck happened in between? And I know we have some Legends books, Labyrinth of Evil and shit like that, but Labyrinth does not get into their
They're
relationship.
separate for a lot of it, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I don't. First of all, it's a short book, and a lot of it is literally just action. So you don't get any insights between the two. But yeah, I mean, this is a good opportunity for them to kind of dig deeper into the relationship and how maybe they butted heads a little bit along the way. And Anakin was just a fucking freak bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
should be interesting.
It might be interesting.
I'm out of the loop on Star Wars books in general. I feel like I need to start buying a bunch of them up just so that I have them in the collection.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I haven't read a single one, and I think the Last Jedi novelization is the last one I read.
Well,
And that
Queen
was
Shadow.
4 years ago now at this point almost.
yeah.
Can you oh fuck. Do you realize that?
What?
We're coming up on December, which means The Last Jedi has been out for 4 years.
The Last Jedi has, yeah.
Doesn't it seem like it was last year?
Well, we didn't get anything last year, right?
No. And then
Yeah.
9
And
was
this
the year
year
before.
Yeah. So this year and last year we got nothing. Then it was 9. Then it was Solo. Then it was
It just does not
Episode
feel
8.
that long.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Long time. Yeah. We're getting back to the basics though. The other thing that I saw was Kathleen Kennedy was asked during an interview, will we see the sequel characters again? She said absolutely. And that's kind of like a duh.
Yeah, I figured.
But yeah, I mean, if they leave the door open, we could have some fun stuff with Kylo and Snoke. There's some opportunities still there. They could attempt to fix more or less what they did with the sequels. Well,
I hate that they have to go back in and fix it. That's what I'm annoyed about.
But that's what they created. You said it perfectly in this episode.
I did.
Everything the storyline is so disjointed and it's kind of all over the place. And they're just, if you want to know more about this storyline, go to Disney.com and buy this shit. And you're like, dude, how about you just make a fucking movie? I don't know. I paid for that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
We'll see.
I did predict that. I knew. Let's see, what's their current slate? 23, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I was like, episode 10 in 2028, definitely. Maybe 2029. 10 years after Rise of Skywalker, episode 10.
Theorize this though.
Episode 10.
What are we
sure.
talking about? What the fuck happens with Rey?
New Jedi Order, baby. For real. Except, wait, no, she went into exile for some reason that we don't know about, and then some random pilot discovers some lost Jedi Force sensitive on a desert planet, and then we start the whole cycle over again.
Does
Sounds
no
like
one
fun.
does
Let's
no
do
one
that.
lose a hand in the sequels? No one loses a limb the entire time.
If that's true, then it's not a Star Wars movie.
I mean, Snoke gets halved, but he doesn't lose. He still has his hands.
It's a particularly bad case of somebody being cut in half.
How do you like that, by the way? Not the
What?
fact that just the halving of Snoke. Does it still stand up?
Oh, I think so. I haven't watched 8 in a while, but the 8 I was iffy on 8, and it keeps getting better. Whereas with 9, I was obsessed with, and then it keeps getting worse.
Yeah, I think
It's been about a year since I watched it, though. Honestly,
I think it's a little choppy for me. Like rewatching it, I'm looking at from Snoke's point of view. Like, was he really that dumb? Because I feel like Snoke
He's not
was.
dumb.
Well, he's not paying attention to a fucking butter knife next to him spinning. You're like, why don't you just open your eyes, bro? Can't you feel anything? Aren't you force sensitive?
It probably takes a lot of his focus to keep Rey suspended in torture state.
She wasn't suspended in torture state. She was on her knees in front of Kylo, getting ready to get cut. Stop trying to prove yourself right.
Getting ready
there.
to get axed.
Get it in.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess you would say that his hubris blinded him. Your arrogance blinded
Well,
you.
he's also a failed clone. So, I mean, you could chalk it up to a lot of things, and I mean, Kylo's slicker than initially his hair, allowed us to think. What?
I mean, Palpatine does say
What?
that. What?
What?
Your arrogance blinds you, Master Yoda. And I know he was wrong in that sense, but that does hold true as far as Force-sensitive folks go. I think Snoke was like, this kid's a fucking moron. He's never going to do anything right. Like, I got this. I think he was just arrogant, man. He wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
That's all you got to chalk it up to. I mean, if someone is like Force-sensitive and so strong and they're always on top of it and they predict everything and they know everything, that'd be pretty boring, wouldn't it be?
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. Who does that sound like? Palpatine?
Oh, it's always
It's pretty
been.
boring. Pretty boring.
Isn't that the craziest thing? Like, Palpatine was the evilest of evils, and then in the prequels, they made him even better somehow.
Yeah.
Because he was human, then became the devil, and you're like, fuck. And then in the sequels, they fucked him up. And not,
Yeah.
whatever, but they did kind of dilute him, and it's like, man, for the one character out of all the Star Wars to not, like, fuck up.
Do you think it's interesting where, so in the original trilogy, the Emperor is just mentioned, pretty much only mentioned until episode 6.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's hard for us to get the perspective because we were 10 when the prequel started. But do you think, looking back, that it's weird that they took the Emperor and made him a large portion of the prequels?
You know why the prequels worked, though? Is because of Palpatine and what they did with his character. He's standing there smiling at the Jedi the whole fucking time, and that's what makes it great.
Hello there.
And that's what makes it fucking great. So it's not just... I mean, yes, they stretch his character way out there, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, wow, this is awesome. Second of all, I can't believe you guys did this. But yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. That's why it makes everything great. I mean, we all wanted to know what the reason for the downfall of the Jedi was. We had seen it, or at least heard about it, and that, in the prequel ways, it might have been a little choppy here and there, but Order 66 is fine. Sidious going from Palpatine, from Naboo, all the way to Emperor. That's a large transition to do, even in 3 movies. Like, you're a happy-go-lucky senator. Now you rule the fucking galaxy. There's got to be hands involved, Hee hee, happy.
I'm passing laws, yeah.
I'm passing laws. Yeah. And then it feels like we get to the sequels, and not even Palpy would want himself to be there. You know what I'm saying? If it feels like Palpy himself after episode 6 would have been like, no, I died. I'm cool. Let someone else fuck around. But we
I
never
didn't
get
want to come back, but you hire these writers, and here I am.
Or what he had these contingencies, and then on his deathbed, he's like, I'm good. And then
That
he
was a
dies,
mistake.
and no one heard him, and they're like, fucking bring him back, bro.
Just starts shredding all of his will while he's on his deathbed.
His will.
The will of the Force.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, you're right.
And you know why? It's because apparently Lucas had a vision for the prequels where Palpatine was intertwined throughout all three.
It's such a good idea. It's such a good idea.
Yeah, man, I wish.
I mean, Palpatine and Anakin are #1 players.
Yeah.
In the entire galaxy. And by the time episode 4 starts, only a handful of people even know who Vader and Sidious are, and almost no one knows who they actually are.
Right.
Like Yoda and Obi-Wan. That's about it.
Right.
And which is the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
Now, again, like I said, there is a bit of choppiness in there when Sidious's face becomes a butt, you know. It's like, whoa. I know you had to put it in there, but Jesus, that's kind of fucking weird. That's a bad scene. That's a bad scene. But I know they had to do it.
No pun intended. But I feel like, yeah, that's true. It is bad. It could have just been assumed that his face gradually deteriorated over the next 20 years.
See, I don't think that was set up yet. I don't think that was set up yet, because we're talking about like KOTOR stuff at this point, where like the longer you are evil, your body starts giving out quicker, and you start to deteriorate and crack and do all this, and your skin turns gray. I feel like that wasn't a thing until KOTOR.
I mean, but I'm just saying Lucas could have made it a thing.
I know. Well, it did become a thing. It just didn't become a thing in time.
Well, KOTOR came out before episode 3.
Yeah, but it was already episode 2.
What?
What? Yeah, I don't know.
All I was saying is like Lucas could have had a bit of foresight and just said, yeah, he still looks like himself. He's evil. And it should be assumed over the next 30 years that he just gets more and more evil and demented and deformed until you see him in episode 6 and he's fucked up. But, you know, it is what it is.
See, I think my issue with it is I know they had to go there. I know they had to do it. But the face they give him, like, right after being electrocuted is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Bad. Oh, it's bad.
What?
It's so bad. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know why they had to go to that extent. Like, he should have been, like, bloodied and black and blue and, like, crazy dried or a huge scar. But instead, he just had fucking foreheads.
I feel like his
I don't
face
know.
gets bigger.
It does. There's
It should
a
be
lot of...
draining his essence. His face gets larger.
Yeah. It looks
Got
like
more
he's about
rolls.
to pop.
That's
Like,
some
oh,
triple
God.
Botox before.
Someone grab me a hood real quick and just cover this shit up.
And none of the senators are just like, no one cares. It's like, fine. Sheev, what the hell happened? Oh, the Jedi.
Oh,
Fucking Jedis, goddamn.
bad death stick. I had,
Yeah. You think it's so like it's weird to know, or it's weird to look back and think like Disney made the expanded universe stuff Legends, and I feel like they tried to keep their distance from it for a little bit, and now they're gradually throwing everything back in. It's like, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna just tweak the storyline. It was Legends, now it's canon. This version of it is canon at least, and I assume they're gonna do the same thing with KOTOR. It's just a bummer that like they felt, I don't know. They go into Force Awakens, and maybe they felt like they couldn't do the whole Palpatine comes back from the dead storyline at that point. They felt like it was maybe a little too risky. They couldn't actually like commit to it, because it would have been great for them to just throw seeds of it in there from the beginning. But as it is, it's just like they had to avoid it. They're just like, oh no, Legends doesn't even exist. We're putting that out of our minds. And then as the sequel trilogy goes on, they start to embrace it a little more. And I feel like their back is against a wall before episode 9. And they're just like, this is what we got to do. Dark Empire, let's go.
it's one of those things, though. You know what I wonder is what rules did Rian Johnson have to play by? What were the 10 bullet points that had to happen in his movie
I don't know.
And what
man.
were the rules? Like, Snoke has to die.
I don't know. If
As a bullet point.
I don't know if they gave him any rules.
Dude, what if Snoke was supposed to be the bad guy?
Well, I think that's why 8 is so polarizing. Because I think they literally said for 7 and for 8, it's like, there's no rules, man.
Just, yeah, make a great movie.
Because like every interview I've seen with Ryan Johnson talking about like development of 8, he kind of says like 7 left off like this. And we were trying to think of, you know, what's the toughest situation for these characters to be in after Force Awakens. Like, I honestly think it was just like, you know, it's up to you, man. Do what you want.
There had to have been bullet points. I'm telling you right now.
Make sure
There
there's
had
a
to have
call.
been like, there
Make
had
sure
to
the font is yellow.
make sure. Well, like, no joke. There has to be like, Rey has to survive, Kylo has to survive, Snoke has to die. Like,
Maybe.
make your movie.
Yeah, I guess with those 3, I can live with that.
But I'm just theorizing, you know, more or less. I don't know. What were the rules? If there were no rules, see, the crazy thing is, in my own mind, if Snoke was supposed to be the bad guy the whole time, I feel like if there were no rules, Kathleen's like, yeah, just make your fucking movie. And then Kathleen went and saw it, and she's like, we were supposed to... Snoke was supposed to be the bad guy. What the fuck are you doing, Ryan?
Yeah. But they loved the movie so much, they were like, fucking put it out, dude. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm more asking what rules, what stipulations, what box was he put in? Because if it was wide open and he'd made those choices, you're like, fuck, you killed off Luke and Snoke? What the hell?
Yeah. Part of me loves the idea of them having no rules. That's
gotta
where you
be,
can really get creative, you know?
That's where Ryan Johnson's trilogy lives.
In the no rules
not a
zone.
not a back and forth trilogy where we have to have rules because you will fuck up my ideas. JJ had to begin and end a fucking thing. Try to write a story right now. Start a story, create characters, and I get to do whatever I fucking want. It's a 20 chapter book. I get to do whatever I fucking want. Chapter 5 through 15. With anything.
Yeah,
You think that's going to end up good? No.
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 No, it's not.
So, hire us. I'm never saying that again.
Dude, every episode, man, I'll add another line to our application. I've done 400 episodes of the podcast. 401 episodes of the podcast.
Yeah. Anything
I
else
think
coming up soon?
in a different dimension, it could have worked well.
I'd like to
I think
see
with
that.
the baggage of, there's always baggage with Star Wars fans. There's baggage with this and that. I feel like a new timeline that didn't pick up after episode 6, that whole three different directors thing could have worked well. Because I know what they were going for. So, or 3 directors with the same writer all 3 times.
Right.
Something like that.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
That's the issue. It wasn't one storyline. It literally wasn't.
Yeah. Whatever. We talked about this before multiple
Okay.
times. Listen to the fanboy commentary.
Yeah. Boba Fett versus... do you think we're going to have a higher vision of what Boba Fett is after we watch Book of Boba Fett? Are we going to be like, dude, like we knew he was badass, but holy fuck.
Honestly, I can't, part of me thinks that's the whole point of the show.
Yeah.
The whole point of the show is like, there's this mysterious legend, and even though he was barely in the films, everyone fucking loves him.
You know what
But
he is?
he went out like a bitch, so we're going to fix all that.
You know what Boba Fett was? Was the unsung villain.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he was. Everybody
Yeah.
loved him, and we didn't get anything. And he was, quote unquote, killed off in 6. He did 2 badass things: kryptonite, carbonite, and what universe are we in?
You fucked up Superman and killed Batman.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I just unsung villain. That's what he is.
Yeah.
and now he's a good guy. So,
I wouldn't say that.
do you think we'll see him do some brutal stuff, or is he going to be a Disney princess?
No, he's brutal as fuck. I think the best thing that this show could do to stay true to Boba Fett is to show him being ruthless, but also respectful at the same time.
Yeah, don't be dumb, and we'll all be happy. As soon as you be dumb, cutting you in half.
Exactly. I'm going to smash you with the gaffy stick.
Yep.
Yes. That's the best thing they could do.
I mean, Mandalorian already pushed it. I mean, they literally have him cut a dude in half with a door in the very first scene.
Well, and then when Boba Fett shows up, he's literally like he's clubbing stormtroopers to death with gaffy stick.
Yes.
So
More of that, please.
more of that, please. But he can be nice about it.
Yeah, with a smile.
You broke my book rules, and now I have to cut you in half.
He's just
Sorry.
bashing someone to death. It's called respect, you stupid fuck.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I don't know what else to say. I mean, we've gotten the two trailers or the two teasers, whatever you want to call them. We're a month away now. Today is the 29th, so we're about a month away.
I mean, if I can put it in very stark contrast for you, this is the only upcoming Star Wars project that we have a release date for.
Jesus.
So we better be excited about it. Otherwise, we're going to be fucking dreary.
These 7 episodes better be the
What?
greatest thing I've ever seen.
What?
Star Wars
Honestly.
nudity. What? I need Twi'leks, and there's got to be a sex scene with the Twi'leks and Boba Fett.
I saw a couple Twi'leks in the trailer.
We got to go full Mass Effect. I want to see aliens bang.
Do it, dude.
That's what we've always been asking for. Get Drew involved. He knows how to write the bang scenes.
The fact that you're chalking up Drew Karpyshyn's legacy to just alien porn is like, come on, man.
He
Drew,
would be
he did
proud.
so much more than that.
I mean, he did. There was a whole backstory to that alien porn. It was great.
You get to pick which alien you porn with. So.
Which blaster you walk into your bedroom with?
Oh man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I think I'm due for a rewatch of Star Wars though. I haven't touched it in a while.
It's been I'm on a dry spell. I put something on not too long ago, and I was like, yeah, fine.
Yeah.
But I haven't, like, I'm itching and scritching for Boba Fett. I'm getting to that point where, like, if you don't give me Star Wars, I'm gonna jump onto something else and never look back.
Well, I'm always I got one foot on Star Wars and one foot on Marvel at all times. I'm just like kind of trying to balance it out. So, and Mrs. Commander actually hasn't watched Mandalorian yet. I think we're gonna watch both seasons of that before Boba Fett comes out.
Yeah. So we've got
Shelby.
We've got Cassian, Obi-Wan, Book of Boba Fett, Bad Batch 2, and Mando Season 3.
Yes.
All next year. Well, within the next year.
Yeah. Hopefully.
It better be. It better be great. I'm telling you right now. I have a bad feeling about this, that movies are going to be sparse at this point. I have heard intertwinkings, interthinkings
What?
of them completely dropping movies. Like maybe
cinematic releases?
Yeah. Yep.
What?
Yeah. Can you
I
imagine
guess
Star
they're
Wars without it?
testing. No, I can't. I guess they're testing things out right now with things like Eternals and Spider-Man, just to see if there's still a draw to get people to theaters. I mean,
I wonder if, like, how much money drives it. Like, I feel like a theatrical release still has to make more money, right?
I mean,
Look at
dude.
Book of Boba Fett. How much money are you going to put into Book of Boba Fett? And it's going to be 7 episodes.
Well, I feel like I saw that there was like 10 million subscribers on Disney Plus.
Yes, but you already have those 10 million subscribers.
I know, but that's like $6 billion a month or some shit. Like, you can make the amount of a movie premiere every single month guaranteed.
No wonder everybody
That
else
just-
came out with a streaming service, because everybody
There's
pays
that-
for it.
The new South Park special, by the way, is hilarious. It makes fun of that in depth. Yeah, I mean, it just gives them liquidity to do whatever they want.
Yeah, you're not playing by TV rules. So you can do whatever the fuck you want on your own streaming service and create your own content, and you're
Right.
not at the helm of the advertisements. You can
I
do whatever
think-
the fuck you want.
I think movies will come back though. I think once everything slows down with the pandemic and all that,
Movies are going to live on the streaming services, just like what Disney Plus is doing right now.
I
We're launching
think-
this movie. It's going to be $20 if you want to watch it right now. Maybe in 3 months
True.
it might be available.
True. And
I don't
we'll
see
do
how
that,
else.
you know. For certain things, I'll buy it right now. For other
won't,
things,
and I
I'll
won't.
wait. Yeah, I waited for Shang-Chi.
God, I put that on. I'm so terrible at like investing my time into shit like that. It was great for the first 5 minutes, and then some shit happened. And I was like, "Fuck, I'm not going to be able to watch this." But it was like,
Some shit happened in the movie, and you weren't gonna be able to watch
no,
this.
some shit
or-
happened in real life,
What?
and I was like,
What?
"Fuck."
Yeah.
But it was pretty in depth. I was watching. I like the actual kung fu fight scenes. It was very fluid. It was really cool.
I have a lot of feelings about that movie. I do like the character very much, though. Curious to see how he'll show up in the rest of Marvel.
Oh, you seem like you didn't like it that much.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
It's fine.
Hmm.
If you had 11
Feel,
rings.
well, I don't want to close out on a bummer, but I feel the same way with Shang-Chi as I feel about Aquaman.
Oh.
Yep. Sorry
You
to
know
leave a
how I
bad
feel about
taste in
Aquaman.
people's mouth. It's like really awesome character, perfect casting, perfect setting, interesting, character powers, backstory, all that. And it's like the first half of the movie, I'm totally on board, but then it just gets so heavy into the lore. We talk about like Aquaman. By the end, he's got his armor and his trident, and he's going to war on the back of a giant crab underwater. So that's pretty much how.
I mean, what did we
Shang-Chi
expect out of
ends.
Aquaman?
I know, but like maybe that's like the third movie he gets the giant crab monster.
Could there be like a water dragon? Why is there always a fire dragon?
Well,
I guess there's an ice dragon.
watch Shang-Chi.
Is that
You should have watched it already.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
When are we gonna get another Michael Bay TMNT?
I need more of those, honestly. I can't believe the first one made me tear up. I'm such a bitch.
Second one was bad, but I would like them to try to do a third.
I gave up on Michael Bay a long time ago. I should probably give him another chance.
No,
Don't.
you shouldn't. Don't give Turtles another chance. Don't give him another chance.
Transformers. I watched, I think, one of the Transformers. The first
There's
one.
13 of them now, right?
Is that a... With the Rumblebee and...
I'm not confirming that. Let me go to IMDb. My little brother was obsessed with Transformers, so I took him to see like the first 2 in theaters when they came out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's 10 of them.
I think there's 9.
9 with a 10th on the way.
From starting in 2007, there's been like 10 Transformers movies. That's ridiculous. And all we wanted
Wow.
to watch was Beast Wars.
Wow. Yeah. That's all I wanted to watch.
No.
Dude, if they remake Beast Wars...
That's what we want, dude.
Oh, man.
The Rock
Man.
as Optimal Prime. Optimus Primal. Sorry, I always mix that up.
Roctimus Prime.
Okay, that's enough.
All right, we'll take it easy.
We'll take luck. Thanks, everybody. Quick note for anyone that is part of the Patreon. The private feed was fucked, and now it is unfucked. So check your emails, add the private feed to your podcast players, and listen to all of our bad episodes that we decided weren't good enough to put publicly. You get to listen to those now.
You could.
You can. It's
Available.
possible. And then,
Appreciate it.
yeah, and then our, yeah, that's it. That's fine. That's everything.
All right,
That's
guys.
all there is. That's all there was. That's it.
What?
Done.
Done.
All right. So horrible. Buddhas, thanks for
282?
hopping in, man. This is 283.
Who was in there?
Daco's buddy from Texas.
Oh.
The bad ones. Yeah, those are the bad ones. You don't want to listen to those. Some of them are funny though. It's worth listening to. All right. Goodbye. Done.